Good morning and welcome to Berry's Garden. Today I'm talking to Theresa Walstra, who is a clairvoyant, medium and spiritual teacher. Theresa, welcome.
Thank you, Berry. Good to be chatting with you.
Wonderful to be chatting with you. Theresa, you've been telling me that your focus has moved to online development trainings lately. Tell me a little bit more about that. How did that happen and why does it work?
Absolutely. It's a really wonderful modality for people to learn to connect with their guides and learn to get into the space where they and their guides are working as the team that really we all are with our guides. And it's interesting to actually do it online, because when I started working online at first as a clairvoyant, I found that there was a different kind of energy I had to lock into. So these people who are training online are connecting using that, what I think is a little bit more difficult, the energy of connecting online without actually being face-to-face with someone. But people move forward with the most incredible speed with their guides as they progress. So we're finding, have several circles online, Israel, Ireland, and all over South Africa who are connecting. And they come together in the same group every week, and they go through this process of, it's a meditative process where they're actually guided by my spirit guides who I channel, and they learn. It's just remarkable.
That sounds absolutely fascinating. May I ask you, Theresa, about the that whole thing of connecting online, the energetic connection online? It's almost as if the energy works beyond time and space.
Oh, without question. It's about connecting at that level where we are all spirit. And at that level, we know that there are no limitations, that's energy that connects us. So it really is about learning to get into that space where you're leaving behind the limitations of the world, where you're not having to see somebody or touch somebody or, be in their space. And that's wonderful, because it's a fact that we can connect no matter where we are. And I think that we see this, just for example, and this has nothing to do with the development circle per se, but when we're connecting with somebody who says that somebody has gone missing, those of us who are clairvoyants can connect with that person even though we've never met them, even though we're not in their space, even though we don't know where they're situated. It's the same sort of thing. You're connecting with that energy.
And how many people can you have in an online group?
I deliberately keep the group smaller. I don't go above 6 members, because there is feedback that happens at every point. So we have 3, we break the circle up into 3 different portions. The first portion is all about healing. The second is about connecting with your guides, and the third is about getting messages to give you proof and evidence for somebody else in the circle. But at each stage, you go into a different meditative state. The guides guide everybody, and then they call them back and say, tell us what you experienced. And each person gives their feedback, and sometimes my guides will say, okay, that's the reason it happened, or give some extra pointers. So it's very much a learning experience, but you can't have a lot of people simply because it takes too long to do the feedback.
And how long is a session generally, Theresa?
Between 60 and 90 minutes. We meet the same time every week, and I ask everybody to set aside an hour and a half so that we can actually complete that circle and that development.
So it becomes a closed circle for how many weeks? Or do you allow people in at any time?
No, it's an ongoing thing. I recommend that people stay in the circle for at least a year. I am happy to run circles, trial circles, where people join for free, just to establish whether it's something that they would like to do. But once you join the circle, I recommend that you do it for at least a year. Most people stay for longer than that. It depends what your aim is. We actually have, in our present online circles, we actually have 2 people who have begun to channel, which is absolutely remarkable considering, the online circumstances and the distances. But they are very powerfully beginning to channel, which I think is wonderful. So they've taken a lot more time. Okay, they've been meditating for many years before they joined the circle, so they were ready. But if your aim is to channel, then it's going to take several years. So, but it's ongoing.
So can anybody who hasn't ever meditated before, can they join your course and still expect to achieve some level of spiritual development? Or is this for more experienced people?
No, experience isn't necessary. Anybody can join. What happens is that I do separate the people who are very advanced. So those who are channeling, I don't put them in with the group of people who are not channeling, just because I don't want people to draw the comparison and feel that they're coming up wanting. The guides are very, very clear that you should never draw the comparison with other people in the circle, because not only are your gifts different from the gifts of others in the circle, but your guides have different gifts as well. So it puts everybody at their own level. Everybody's working with their own guides and at their own pace, so that your own guides will be guiding you, although my guides will be leading the circles. So, but we do start at a level where it starts off slowly, and then we begin to progress to deeper levels, I guess, higher energy vibrations.
Theresa, how do we get in touch with you, and what does it cost?
Okay, well, the first one is free, and then from then onwards I charge 500 Rand a month. So you will get 4 or 5 development circles at that price, depending on how many, whatever day of the week it is, how many of those days there are each month. But you can get hold of me on 072 563 5715, or you can email me at Theresawalstra.com.
So that's Theresa, Theresa.
That's right.
At Theresa Walstra, WALSTRA.com.
Yes, absolutely.
That's wonderful. And if there's one thing that you would want to say to people who might be considering joining your group, what would that one thing be?
Well, I would say, if you have always felt that you have a gift and never known how to unwrap it, this is an absolutely brilliant way to get that done.
Thank you. I think that sounds absolutely perfect, and I'm really sure that your groups are going to go from strength to strength. Is it any particular day of the week, or does that vary?
Well, it varies depending on the groups. At the moment, I have 4 groups running, so we just keep adding.
So we're going to be able to find a group to suit anybody.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Theresa, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and the information. Good luck.
Thank you, Barry. Thanks very much.